a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Brian Wilson, baseball. Brian Patrick Wilson is an American former professional baseball relief pitcher. He has played in Major League Baseball for the San Francisco Giants and Los Angeles Dodgers. Wilson pitched collegiately at Louisiana State University. His college career ended during his junior season, when he injured his elbow and underwent Tommy John surgery. The San Francisco Giants selected him in the 2003 draft. He reached the major leagues in 2006 and had become the Giants' regular closer by the end of 2007. He led the majors with 48 saves, which tied the franchise single-season record while posting a 1.81 ERA, and he saved clinching games at every level of the playoffs, including the World Series. In the first week of the 2012 season, Wilson injured his elbow, and subsequently underwent his second Tommy John surgery. He completed his recovery midway through the 2013 season and signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers, pitching effectively with them as a late-inning reliever through the playoffs. However, he was not able to continue his success in 2014, and the Dodgers released him after that season. Wilson is known for his large black beard, which he began growing during the 2010 pennant race. Wilson's entrance at home games, accompanied by the song "Jump Around," was popular with fans. Early life. Wilson was born in Winchester, Massachusetts on March 16, 1982. While he was in second grade, he moved to Londonderry, New Hampshire. Today, he talks little of his childhood except to discuss his father, Mike Wilson, who was an Air Force veteran and a demanding perfectionist. During fall, he would have Brian bag leaves and bury them in the woods. And in winter, he would have Brian spend 7 hours shoveling snow on weekends. Brian said in a 2011 interview, "I think that's how you need to be raised. It's not your friend, it's your dad. And he's going to be strict, and one day you're going to understand why. And sometimes, it's a little too late. They might pass away, and you might not get that chance to say thanks or understand why you did those things. But when you become a man, you understand why." When Wilson was 12 years old, his father was diagnosed with cancer. His father fought the disease for 5 years before dying while Wilson was attending Londonderry High School. Wilson today says he had to become a man when his father was diagnosed. In a 2011 story, ESPN.com writer Elizabeth Merrill said about Wilson's high school years, "He was an honor roll student at Londonderry, but clashed with various authority figures who didn't appreciate his occasional lack of a filter." In the same story, a number of Londonderry faculty speculated that some teachers didn't understand Wilson's life situation at the time. Art Siders, an assistant principal at the school, added, "It happened at probably the worst time anybody could lose your dad. Watching his dad deteriorate over the years was probably the singular thing that formed his personality." High school career. Bob Napolitano, Wilson's coach at Londonderry High School, noticed Wilson's ability to concentrate on baseball. Napolitano specifically remembered the first home game of Wilson's senior year, which happened shortly after his father's death. No fewer than 29 professional scouts, all with radar guns, showed up to see him pitch. According to Napolitano, Wilson was completely oblivious to their appearance. He ate and drank in the dugout, warmed up, and pitched a two-hitter while apparently not noticing that scouts were there. The Cleveland Indians offered him a contract straight out of high school, but he did not sign, opting to attend college instead. College career. After a coach saw Wilson pitch well at a tournament in California, he was offered a scholarship to Louisiana State University, where he played for the LSU Tigers baseball team, eventually becoming their number 2 starter. In his time at LSU, Wilson pitched in 51 games and accumulated 18 wins, 10 losses, and 5 saves. He was in the middle of his third season on March 28, 2003, when he injured his elbow and underwent Tommy John surgery. He also played for the Keene Swamp Bats of the New England Collegiate Baseball League, a summer league for collegiate prospects. Despite facing extensive rehabilitation, Wilson chose to enter the 2003 Major League Baseball draft. Minor leagues. Coming off his surgery, Wilson was drafted by the San Francisco Giants in the 24th round in 2003. He began his career with the Hagerstown Suns of the Class A South Atlantic League in 2004. In 23 games, he had a .25 record, a 5.34 earned run average, 41 strikeouts, and 22 walks in innings pitched. He made 3 starts that year, the only time he ever started games professionally. The Giants switched Single-A affiliates the next year and Wilson began pitching for the Augusta Green Jackets. In 26 games, he had a 5.1 record, a 0.82 ERA, 30 strikeouts, and 7 walks in 33 innings pitched while notching 13 saves, good for second in the league behind Brett Campbell's 19. His performance with Augusta caused Mark Camps of the San Francisco Chronicle to mention him in his minor report on May 15. He also pitched for the Norwich Navigators of the AA Eastern League and the Fresno Grizzlies of the AAA Pacific Coast League. 2006 season. Wilson began 2006 with the Grizzlies before getting called up to the majors on April 23 to replace Tyler Walker, who was designated for assignment after struggling to begin the season. He made his major league debut that day in relief, pitching 2 innings, surrendering 2 hits and no runs while striking out 3. He later revealed that he hurt himself during his first inning, but continued pitching through the second without informing anyone of his injury. Afterward he was placed on the disabled list for a month. On May 23, he returned from the DL. He was optioned to Fresno on June 7 when Tim Worrell was activated from the DL. Giants manager Felipe Alou said Wilson was not getting enough playing time. Wilson would go on to have 3 more stints with the Giants in 2006. On July 2, he got his first career save, stranding 3 inherited runners in the 8th inning and throwing scoreless innings in a 6-2 victory over the San Diego Padres. In 31 games, he had a .23 record, a 5.40 ERA, 23 strikeouts, and 21 walks in 30 innings pitched. In 24 games with Fresno, he had a 1.3 record, a 2.89 ERA, 30 strikeouts, and 14 walks in 28 innings pitched. 2007 season. Wilson competed for the closer role with Armando Benitez in 2007 spring training. After he struggled and posted a 7.71 ERA, the Giants optioned him to the minors to start the season. After building a 1.2 record, 2.10 ERA, 37 strikeouts, 24 walks, 11 saves, and innings pitched in 31 games with Fresno, Wilson was called up on August 11 when Jonathan Sanchez was demoted. He was initially used as the setup man for closer Brad Hennessy, but he took over as closer on September 11 when Hennessy lost the role due to ineffectiveness. He went on to pitch in 24 games, recording a 1.2 record, a 2.28 ERA, 18 strikeouts, 6 walks, innings pitched, and 6 saves. 2008 season. Wilson remained the Giants' closer in 2008 and kept the role all season. He recorded 24 consecutive saves from May 3 through August 17, the longest streak by a Giant since Rob Nen had 28 straight in 2000. Wilson was named to the All-Star game after leading the NL in saves, with 25 in the first half of the season. He gave up no hits and struck out 1 in 2/3 innings in a 4-3 loss to the American League. He continued to lead the league in saves until Jose Valverde passed him at the end of August. Despite posting a 4.04 ERA through September 6, Wilson converted 37 of 40 save opportunities. In his final 7 games of the year, however, he posted a 9.56 ERA while converting just 4 out of 7 opportunities. In 63 games, he had a 3.2 record, a 4.62 ERA, 67 strikeouts, and 28 walks in innings pitched. He converted 41 saves in 47 attempts. His 41 saves were tied with Brad Lidge's total, for second in the league behind Valverde's 44. 2009 season. On June 5, 2009, Wilson saved Randy Johnson's 300th win. Johnson, searching for his 300th win, gave up one unearned run in 6 innings in Game 1 of a doubleheader against the Washington Nationals. The Giants had a 2-1 lead in the 8th inning. With runners on first and second for the Nationals and 2 outs, Wilson was called on to get the save. He walked Ryan Zimmerman to load the bases and bring up Adam Dunn. He then loaded the count against Dunn before throwing a called strike 3 to end the inning. Wilson then pitched a scoreless 9th, preserving the victory for Johnson. On September 24, with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the 9th inning and the Giants leading the Chicago Cubs by a 2-1 score, Wilson gave up a 2-run home run to Jeff Baker. The loss hurt the Giants' chances of reaching the playoffs. In 68 games, Wilson had a 5.6 record, a 2.74 ERA, 83 strikeouts, and 27 walks in innings pitched. He blew 7 saves, but his 38 saves tied for third in the NL with Ryan Franklin's total behind Heath Bell's 42 and Francisco Calderon's 39. He led the league in saves requiring 4 outs or more, with 8. 2010 season. In 2010 spring training, Wilson was asked whether or not he thought himself one of baseball's elite closers. In what would turn out to be a very prophetic quote, he replied, on March 25, Wilson agreed to a contract extension with the Giants. He struck out 5 batters in innings on May 9 while recording a save in a 6-5 victory over the New York Mets. On May 15, against the Houston Astros with the bases loaded, 2 outs, and the Giants leading 2-1 in the 9th inning, Wilson struck out Kazuo Matsui in a 15-pitch at-bat to end the game. The next day, against Houston with runners on first and second, 2 outs, and the Giants leading 4-3 in the 9th, Wilson retired Matsui to end the game. On June 12, Wilson entered in the 8th inning with 1 out, the bases loaded, and the Giants leading the Oakland Athletics 5-4. Wilson struck out Adam Rosales and retired Rajai Davis to end the inning. He then pitched a scoreless 9th to earn the save. He recorded 22 saves in his first 24 chances and was named to the All-Star game in which he threw a scoreless 8th inning in the contest, a 3-1 victory over the Owl. On October 3, the Giants faced the Padres, whom they led by 1 game in the NL West. Wilson threw a scoreless inning to earn the save and clinch the division for the Giants. Wilson converted his 48th save that day, tying the Giants' single-season save record of 48 held by Rod Beck. He finished the season with a 3.3 record, a 1.81 ERA, 93 strikeouts, 26 walks, and inning pitched in 70 games. He converted 48 of 53 save opportunities, and led the majors in saves as well as leading the major leagues in saves of 4 outs or more. He was named the This Year in Baseball Closer of the Year after the season. He finished 13th in NL Most Valuable Player voting. 2010 postseason. Wilson made his playoff debut in Game 2 of the NL Division Series against the Atlanta Braves. He blew a save, but that was partly because of an error by Pablo Sandoval. He earned saves in Games 3 and 4 as the Giants defeated the Braves in 4 games. In the NL Championship Series, the Giants faced the Philadelphia Phillies. In Game 4, Wilson threw a scoreless inning and earned the win in the 6-5 victory. In Game 6, Wilson entered with 1 out in the 8th inning, runners on first and second, and the Giants leading 3-2. He got Carlos Ruiz to line into a double play. He then pitched the 9th inning, striking out Ryan Howard with 2 runners on base, clinching the series for the Giants. He joined Dennis Eckersley, Mitch Williams, and John Wetland as the only pitchers since 1969 to win or save 4 games in a postseason series. The Giants faced the Texas Rangers in the World Series. Wilson appeared in 3 games, allowing no runs. He recorded the save in the series clinching Game 5 as the Giants won their first World Series since 1954. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?